Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today's going to be a full body workout where we are going to focus on our back body and our core with some arm work involved as well. So it's going to be arms, core, and back body. Today we are going to be using our short box on the carriage. I also have a sticky pad available. I have my straps with the handles connected to my reformer for the arm work that we're going to be doing. And then I also have my foot bar down to begin with, and I am on one red and one blue. That is one heavy spring and one medium spring on my machine. Once you have all your props set up, we're going to go ahead, kneel on the carriage facing our risers. And our elbows are going to come down onto the box. Now, once you go ahead, you find your elbows down on the box, you want to find your knees underneath your hips. You want to send those shoulders back. You want to zip those abdominals up to support that back here. We're just going to begin moving our spine, coming into some cat and cow. So I want you to take a big, deep inhale. I want you to round that spine and tuck that pelvis. Take an exhale. I want you to elongate that spine, find that flat back, send those shoulders back as you send that booty long. Again, inhale, round the spine. Exhale, pushing it away. So again, I said today's workout is going to be about our posture muscles, our core, everything that keeps us strong and standing up nice and tall. So really working that back body. Right now we're just moving the spine because in a moment that spine we're going to need to be stabilizing it for the work to come. Let's go for two more here. One more. When you find your back straight and long, keep yourself there and make sure that your shoulders are back, your abs and ribs are zipped together. You're going to extend your right leg long. Now from here, I want you to square your hips to that carriage mat underneath you. Your gaze is looking right down at your headrest. From here, we're going to lower that right leg and lift. So just a lower and a lift of that right leg, trying to keep those hips square to the carriage mat underneath you. We'll go for two more here. And one. Keep that leg lifted. When that leg is lifted, can you extend the left arm out, reach it long, draw those abdominals in. Now we're going to move both arm and leg a little bit out to the side. Exhale, pull it in. So inhale, you're coming out a little towards the side externally, bringing it out and bringing it back in. Keeping those hips square to the mat underneath you. Gaze is still looking right over that headrest. Working on core stability here, keeping those abs zipped up. We have 3, 4, 2. Last one. When that arm comes to the center, leg comes to the center, bring the arm down, leg comes down. Go ahead, sit yourself back into a child's pose for a moment. And then let's carefully come on up and let's repeat the same thing on the other side. So sending those shoulders down, drawing those abs and ribs, stabilizing through your back body. I want you to lift your left leg. Now automatically close your hips so they come square to the mat underneath you. You're going to lower the leg and lift the leg. You're trying to keep that back long and strong as you lower and lift that single leg. Gaze is still looking over that headrest. Neck is an extension of that spine. Trying to keep it in alignment. We have 3, for 2. Last one here. When that leg comes up to neutral height, keep it there. You're going to extend the right arm out long here. Now draw those abs in, square the hips out. You're bringing it a little out to the side and pulling it back towards the center. I'm inhaling, exhaling, drawing it back. Whichever way you breathe, remember it's a rule, not a tool. Gaze is still looking. Find your focal point. Draw those abdominals in. Stay strong through that back. We have 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back into center. Arm can come down. Knee can come in. Sit your hips back into child's pose for a moment. All right, we're gonna take our toes. We are staying on this weight here. We're gonna take our toes, elbows are coming down into the box. We're gonna send those shoulders back. We're gonna stabilize through our back. We're gently gonna lift our knees, hold the hover, and drop it down. We're gonna do 4 more just like this. So you're gonna lift, you're gonna hold for that knee hover, and then drop it down. We have 2 more. You're gonna hold the knees, drop them down. 1 more here. This time hold the knees, drop them down. And now we're gonna hold the knees are gonna stay up. You're just gonna move from the arms and bring it in. Move from the arms, bring it in. So you're moving from the shoulders, you're pressing out, pressing in, stabilizing through that back body. Full body work here, stabilizing as you're just moving from the shoulders. Keep those abs pulled in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, drop the knees for a moment. Send yourself back into child's pose. Coming back onto those elbows. Toes are still tucked under onto that carriage mat. Round 2 of these knee hovers. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna lift our knees this time. Now we're gonna move from our legs. So you're gonna push yourself out, squeeze the tailbone, bring yourself into that knee hover. So push out and in. Out. In, think about your breath. Stay strong through that corset. Squeeze those glutes together. We got 3 for 2. Last one. When you come all the way in, place your knees down, come into that child's pose. Last and final round. Now we're gonna combine the 2 moves. If it becomes too much, you stick with one or the other, or just do what works for your body. You can also decrease the weight if the weight is a little too much, but it is supportive, and I like it here for this knee hover where the weight is. So shoulders are down. We're gonna start with the knee hover, so lift the knees, hold the knees up. We're gonna move from the arms, bring the carriage in. Move from the legs, carriage in. Arms, legs, arms, legs. We have 4 more. Breathe it out. Strong core, strong neck. Last 2. Arms, push, arms, push. Come all the way in. Drop those knees. And go ahead, sit yourself back into that child's pose. All right, I am carefully gonna come up off my box here, and this is where I am gonna be picking up my foot bar. So I'm picking up my foot bar to its normal position, whatever position you like your foot bar at. I am also changing my weight. I'm taking 1 medium spring off and adding 1 red spring on. So that's 2 heavies or 2 reds. Now my box for my reformer goes behind the shoulder blocks. For this particular exercise, I am gonna move my box in front of my shoulder blocks. So you do what works for your reformer and what works for your body. So I am sitting on this box. I am sitting myself up straight up against this box. I'm gonna take my toes, I'm gonna put them onto the foot bar, click my feet into Pilates V. Now I'm drawing my abs in, I'm sending my shoulders down. Option for your hands to be here, option for your hands to be here. We're coming into stomach massage. I like to do stomach massage with the box. If you don't like the box, just get rid of the box. So sitting up nice and tall, zipped up through the crown of my head. Heels are together. We're gonna begin. We're gonna bend, come in all the way as far as you can come in and flex those hips. Then you're gonna push yourself out, drop the heels, lift the heels, and come in. So again, push out, drop, lift. You're trying to keep that back as straight as possible. Remember, you have the options with your arms. Some clients, I find that this is too much extension for them, so I give them the option to put their arms here. You also have the option to lift your arms out in front if that works for you. We're going for 4, 3, drop those heels under. Feel that hamstring stretch. For 2, this will be the last one like this, and then we're gonna add rotation. So footwork is gonna stay the same. You come in. As you push out, I'm gonna open towards my right, drop my heels, lift my heels, close myself as I come in. Push out, drop, lift, close, come in. Still staying up nice and tall on that box. Trying straight spine, keeping those abs pulled in. We got 4 more. And 3. One more. When you come back to center here, carefully go ahead, bring your legs in, and now unclick those heels. You can take your hands to the foot bar if this works for you. I want you to allow that carriage to push yourself in. Get deep into that hip flexion. And then carefully extend yourself out. And if you can, drop your heels and forward roll, giving yourself a full body stretch through that back line. Reach just a little bit longer, drop the heels a little bit deeper. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you are ready, you can slowly come on in, bend those knees, put your feet onto the platform, and then we are going to take off one heavy spring and put that medium blue spring back on, so I am back to a red and a blue. I am carefully going to turn and face you, coming down onto my knees. Both of my knees are down onto the carriage. My left arm is coming onto the box. My right arm is coming to the foot bar. I'm finding myself back in that quadruped position. Now I'm zipping those abs in, sending those shoulders back. We're coming in for arm presses here. So I want you to push the carriage out and then resist the carriage in. So right now I am pushing with my right arm. Not sure if you're pushing with your right or your left, but what I want you to do is you push this carriage in and out, your elbows coming towards the back of the room. You're gonna zip those abdominals in, and you're gonna lift the opposite leg like we did in the beginning of class for bird dog. So now we're coming in, still working with those single arm presses. If this doesn't work for you, you keep both knees down. We're going for 3, 2, 1. Next time you come in, carriage stays at the bumper, left leg is reaching long. We're going to take that left leg, we're going to drop it low towards the foot bar, lift it back up to neutral. So you're dropping it low across your body and lifting it up. Low across the body and up. Rainbowing it to the foot bar, keeping those abs pulled in, working on that stability. Last 3, for 2. Last one. Leg stays long. Now we combo. 1 arm press, pull it in. 1 leg and up. Arm, leg. Keeping that strong body. Try not to dump in that shoulder on the box. Try to stay strong. We have 2 more. One more. When that leg gets lifted, go ahead, bring your knees in, and sit yourself down. Relax those shoulders. And then from here, we're going to take off that medium spring, so we're just left with 1 red spring. I am going to reach down and grab my strap. I am now coming to a high kneeling position. If you cannot be on your knees anymore, feel free to sit on the box. So I am going to grab my handle. My knees are still facing you. My abs are pulled in. This shoulder is dropping down. Now this is a little bit heavier of a weight. We're just going to come to nudge your neighbor and bring it down. So first part of draw the sword, bigger muscle, we can use more weight. So pulling, nudging your neighbor, and dropping it closed. Yes, now think about, we're further away from our shoulder blocks, so this is definitely more challenging. We'll go for 2 more. 1 more here. When that arm comes close to your body, I want you to take that strap with your hand, with your inside hand. And now I want you to reach down, change the spring to 1 blue spring, take that heavy spring off. Come back to that high kneel, have the choice of the short loop, which is heavier, long loop, which is lighter, and now we're gonna do the full draw the sword. Bring it out and pull it in. Cross the body and reach. Think about stabilizing through your whole body. Arm and shoulder are doing all of this work along with your posture muscles. For 4, 3, 2, last one here, and 1. Go ahead, carefully hold that strap to your outside hand, turn and face the box. You're going to take your hand that does not have the strap, so same arm still has the strap, you're just now facing the box. Coming in nice into that quadruped position, hands is coming to wide on the outside part of the box. We're going to push our arms straight back and we're going to come into a tricep press. So coming a little bit wider outside the box into a tricep. Squeezing that arm close to your mid-body, to your midline, keeping it nice and strong next to your core and your lats. For 3, 2, and 1. When that arm comes in, you can hang that strap up. All right, we are coming in to our planking section. I'm gonna put my box over my shoulder blocks now because I need more weight on it when we plank. I am adding a yellow spring on to this blue spring. You have a choice. You can stay on the blue spring alone, which makes this super challenging. I'm adding a yellow spring onto my blue spring, which is challenging more than a red. So I'm gonna try to up my challenge here. We're going into side planks. So just so you know where we are, we're gonna start with our feet down and we're gonna start facing the risers. So we're gonna draw those abs in. We're gonna go ahead, lift those knees like we did earlier, but we're gonna push ourselves all the way out. Now I'm gonna take my toes and I'm gonna rotate them towards you, and I am going to push out into my side plank. If you're comfortable here, stay here. If you're comfortable facing the mirror, stay there. If you want more, come with me. I'm coming up and then pushing out onto the footboard. So, hands can come to the clouds, hand can come to the box. Draw those abdominals up and in. Stay out of this shoulder. We're pushing with the shoulder and in. Out, in. Yeah, so just moving from the shoulder now in that plank. Keeping nice and strong through the line. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. When that shoulder comes in line, I'm now taking my hand, pushing it to the box. We're going to move from the knees. We're pushing it out and in. So remember, your hands can be at your hip. Your hands can be up. Today, I feel I need my hand down. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring yourself in. Carefully take a knee. Take another knee and bring yourself into a child's pose here. All right, we have one side done. We have one more side to go. Then we're going to do everything on the other side. So let's start facing the box. Toes are tucked under onto the platform. That's option 1. Lift the knees, push yourself out. If this is where you need to stay, you stay. Squeeze the glutes. You ready for side planks? Go ahead, come over into your side plank. Organize yourself. You can stay here. Hands at the hip, hands at the box. You want more? Come with me onto the foot bar. Push yourself out. And then find your stability. We're going to start moving from the shoulder, pushing out and in. So I'm going to put my hand this time on this box. It's a Monday, so last 3, 2, 1. Hold that line, wrist underneath that shoulder. We're bending and pushing. Bend, get deep into that hip. Control the carriage. Use that hand for support. Come down if you need to. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way in. Carefully bring your foot down. Turn to your box. And go ahead, come into child's pose for a moment. Relax those shoulders. And once you're ready, we have to do this all over on the other side. So I am going to turn and face away from you here. We are coming back to that 1 heavy, 1 medium spring. So I am taking my yellow light spring off. I'm going to move my box off of the shoulder blocks, and they're just going to go in front of my shoulder blocks here. Finding myself in that quadruped position, abs are zipped together, left hand is now on the bar. Go ahead, you're going to push yourself out, resist yourself in. Now remember, whatever side you're on, you have that option to lift that opposite leg to increase the challenge. Trying to keep your hips square. A little more difficult. This is my left side. We have 4, 3, 2, last 1. Come all the way in. Just hold on to that foot bar. We're rainbowing that leg down towards the foot bar and lifting it back up. Cross the body and up. We have 4, 3, try not to let that hip drop, 2, 1. We're going to combo, legs stay strong. One arm, pull it in, cross over, and up. Don't dump in that shoulder. I'm trying my hardest not to. The shoulder on the box. Trying to control those springs. Last 2. Last 1. You can slowly bring that knee on in and give yourself a moment. All right, let's relax those shoulders, and this is where we're gonna come up to that high kneel. We're gonna take that blue spring off, so we are just on that one heavy spring. I'm gonna reach down in front of me, I'm gonna grab my strap. All right, kneeling nice and tall. Remember, we're just gonna do half of that, draw the sword, so we're gonna bring it across our body, nudge our neighbor, close it back to our midline. Nudge the neighbor and back. So heavier weight here, larger muscle. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that arm in, transfer that strap to the other hand. I'm gonna lower my weight now down to a blue. Then I'll come back to my high kneeling. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are down. Strap comes to the outside hand. We're gonna come for full, draw the sword, reach it out, and drop it in. Try to keep that shoulder away from that ear, reach across that body. Think about that strong back. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1 here, reaching it across and bringing it in. Go ahead, turn towards your box. Now my elbow is coming down, my strap is coming to the outside of the box. Find those abs pulled in. You're gonna bring that arm straight back, connect with that side body, a little wider than the box. And then you're gonna bend at the elbow, push and press it back. So you're trying to clear that box. You can be over the box. You just wanna think about that arm squeezing to the lats on your side body. Really working through that tricep. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring that arm in, and you can go ahead and place that arm down. Go ahead, let's relax those arms. And I am now gonna put my box back over my shoulder blocks. Your box can stay exactly where it is. And we are gonna stay on that one blue spring. And we're gonna go ahead and lay over the box now. So not a lot of weight here, but I want you to think about pushing your pelvis into the box, and I want your feet to come over that foot bar. So I have my feet, I have the foot bar here for guidance. I like the foot bar to remind me that sometimes my legs need to be higher than I think they need to be. So abs are pulled in, shoulders are back and down. We're just gonna go ahead, reach our arms longer. We're gonna come into some swans here. So at first, I want you to stay neutral. I just want you to pull yourself up, connect to your side body, reaching that head long. Those legs are reaching long out of the hips. Not a lot of weight. So really send the shoulders back. Again, bring yourself back, watch that foot bar. Make sure you're clearing it and reach yourself down. Now come over the box into flexion. Tuck the chin towards the chest ever so slightly. Again, you're gonna pull with your arms, connect to that side body, send those shoulders back. If extension is for you, this is where I want you to push that pelvis down, send those shoulders back, reach those legs long out of the hip, and down. Watch that you clear that foot bar. Come over that box, round that spine. You can rest those legs. We have 2 more just like that. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale as you reach those arms, pull them towards your side body. Reach those legs long, shoulders are down. Come back, flex it over the box. This will be our last and final one. But this time when we come up into our flexion or back extension, we're gonna hold it. So when you're ready, take an inhale, exhale, pull yourself up. Reach those legs long. Now point the toes. I want you to cross the right over the left, left over the right. I just want you to crisscross those legs, send those shoulders down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. 2 more, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Slowly reach those legs. Let them come over that foot bar. Relax those shoulders. Hopefully you got your heart rate up just a little bit there. And once you're ready, we're now gonna walk ourselves all the way up to our rises or our tower. Our legs are still reaching long. We're gonna find ourselves in our neutral spine. Neck is long, extension reaching out, reaching up and over the tip of your nose. Now, right hand or left hand, your choice, comes down to the headrest. We're gonna pull the arm in and reach it out. In and out. Think about those legs. Are they just as high as they were when the foot bar was there? Think about that back body. We got 4, 3, 2, last one, you're gonna hold it up. Can you give me little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Reach out, grab it with both arms. Flex that spine for a moment. Take a big deep inhale, reach long, reactivate. Take the other hand, place it behind your back or on the shoulder, on the headrest, and we're gonna go into single arms here. Try not stabilize, anchor down that opposite hip, not to pull you toward the side. Reach those legs long. Mine were just really hanging low. So just reminding y'all for 4, 3, 2, 1. We have those little pulses here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, both hands, reach long. Walk your hands to the rails. Are your feet still clearing that foot bar? Once you get to that foot bar, go ahead, drop your knees to that carriage. Come on up and send yourself in to some child's pose here. Maybe some cat-cows. Just round that spine. Do what feels good for you. So I'm just going to take a few cat-cows here. And then once you are ready, we are officially done with that box. So we can take that box off. We are going to be adding on a red spring to that blue spring. Headrest can be up for now, but we will be putting it down. And once you're ready, you can go ahead, lie down, and put your feet into those straps. Once your feet come up to the clouds, Legs are squeezing together. Once you're ready, go ahead, lower those legs and lift them up to the clouds and down. Last 3. Next time those feet come to 45, bring them down, click those heels together. Let's frog them in and out. Think about squeezing those heels, activating through that midline, up through that pelvic floor, not just going through the motions. Last 2 here. If your headrest is down, this is where, if your headrest is up, this is where I would like you to put it down. We're going to come into a little bit of short spine. So keeping those feet in Pilates V, we're going to go ahead. We're going to let our straps pull us up and over. Use those arms. Let it hit, come up and round up over that spine. Now, make sure you're not in your neck. Everything is in your shoulders here. You're going to, carriage comes to the bumper. You're going to bend your knees. Knees come to the shoulder blocks. You pull your heels towards your glutes. Continue rolling yourself down. Press the legs out. Bring them back to parallel. Again, fold them up. Come up over your head. Stay out of the neck. You stay into the base of your shoulders. Turn the feet to Pilates V. Bend the knees. They could come to the shoulder blocks. They may not. Push the heels towards the glutes. Continue rolling yourself down. Push the heels towards the foot bar. Squeeze the midline. Feet come to parallel. Again, legs come straight up and over. Curl up over. Come to the base of your shoulders. Now, feet come to Pilates V. Drop the knees towards the shoulder blocks. Bring the heels towards the glutes. Roll it down. Extend yourself out. Let's go for one more here. Next time your feet come up to the clouds, hold them there. I want you to flex your toes towards your nose. From here, find your heels together. Come down into that butterfly stretch. Open those hips wide. Come into reclining butterfly. And then go ahead, bring your feet into your midline. You can take one strap off. Carefully take the other strap off. And once you are done, you can hang those straps up. And then from here, slowly curl yourself up. And we have finished today's workout. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Like always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'll meet you on the Reformer. Bye.